Thank you, Nosa. Yes, I have another story for you. This was something that I found to be very much against tradition. You see, in many African countries, as you well know, it is a tradition that when someone spots a rogue, everybody around will gather together and come and help catch the rogue, and they would beat him until the cops would come and rescue him from the populace, and he'd gratefully go to jail many times. Well, with the advent of the Liberian War, a lot of things changed in Liberia. There were many hungry bellies, and people were very stressed out, and this was after the massacre on Camp Johnson Road. But I was in a taxi going down Johnson Road, and I saw something that really surprised me. Traffic was really, really bad, and so I really couldn't move very fast or very far because of the traffic jam that we were in. I saw a young boy hanging around a Lebanese merchant's shop, and then I saw him very quickly grab a can of sardines and take off with it. And I was like, whoa, look at that. That boy just stole their sardines. But the merchant saw him too and came running after him. And he was just plowing after this boy. But he was fat, and the boy was small and thin, maybe about 7 or 8 years old. And so he ran and he ran and he ran as fast as he could. And the merchant was boo, boo, boo. And he was yelling, rogue, rogue, stop the rogue, stop the rogue. I said, somebody help me, he's a rogue, he's a rogue. And the people looked around, but they couldn't see the big rogue because it was a little bitty boy with a can of sardines that he probably couldn't open because it didn't even have a pop top. And so the boy looked behind to see how far the man had gotten to him, and he didn't see the cassava seller who was tending her fire in front of him, and boom, he just fell all over that fire and the cassava seller and rolled a few feet, but he still held on to that tin of sardines. Now, meanwhile, the fat merchant is boom, 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 running and running and yelling, rogue, rogue, stop the rogue, ma, stop the rogue. The old ma, who was tending her fire, saw what had happened with her, and she was like, why you do this? And she grabbed the young boy and shook him. And the merchant, I heard him say, that's right, ma, we will beat him fine. And the old ma looked, and she saw the man, foreign and fat, chasing the little boy. She looked at him, and she looked down at his hands and saw the tin of sardines that he had stolen. And she shook him again. And I heard the man say, that's right, we will beat him fine. Hold him, ma, I'm coming. But the old ma did something that was very unusual. She reached up and she slapped that tin of sardines out of that boy's hand, and he started to cry. And then she shook him again and said something to him in Bele, and she grabbed one of her cassavas that had fallen from her cook stove, and she put it in his hands. She put it in both his hands, and she said something else to him, and then she turned him around and she pushed him on his way. The merchant said, what are you coming to do? You can't do that. I say that's a rogue. You need to stop the rogue. I say, ma, what are you doing? Somebody help me stop the rogue, he's a rogue. The people looked around to see who he was talking about, but the young boy he continued running on his way. The crowd closed behind the boy, and the merchant reached down and began to tend her fire again. That act of kindness to a rogue who was hungry and starving, obviously, in the advent of the Liberian War, was very much against tradition.